out my script to make my fall capsule video. I script them so that I have notes that I can see, and when I forget what I wanted to say, usually place them out of the shot, but I like to write them big so that I can kind of keep myself on track with what I wanted to say. Creating a YouTube channel on top of doing the blog and everything has been, honestly, it's a little easier because you do most of the editing. So I just have to talk. Talking has been strange and has been something that I've been getting used to. I've enjoyed it. It's a lot harder though because you can obviously ramble like I am now. Whereas a blog, I can just type and then reread and cut and edit, but with voice, it's a little bit hard to do that unless you want to have hours of talking to sift through. I've been hesitant to start a YouTube channel until now because I wanted to make sure we could get the aesthetic right. I wanted to make sure that it basically wouldn't look crappy. And I think we have a good setup, so I think it's working well. We just didn't really have a good, I thought it would have been crappy in the past versus now because we didn't have a very good setup in the apartment for it. With the light, like things, there just wasn't like a good spot that we could keep using. But we rearranged our bedroom and it works a lot better for like a video flow. Some things that I've noticed from other creators that could be considered in my space is that a lot of them, well, not a lot of them, but some of them lack a little bit of authenticity. I've seen not necessarily like clickbait by any means, but like where a title doesn't fully match what's going on. Like the title may allude to something, but then they end up talking about a sponsored product that doesn't fit with that title for like a good portion of their video. And I understand it, like you want to make sure, you want to have high engagement for your promotions, and sometimes when people know that, when you try to be transparent about that and try to be like, hey, this is a sponsored post or a sponsored video or something, then people tune out immediately without even like really looking at it or engaging with it. So I understand when you want to try to find loopholes around that to boost that engagement, but there's also even like other videos have had a certain title and they've rambled about another subject for like 5 minutes before getting into what the video is about, and it just seems like a little bit dishonest to me, and as a viewer myself it was kind of annoying. So that's something that I definitely want to try to not do as well or repeat, but I understand it's hard. I am enjoying making YouTube videos mostly because I'm not editing them. I think I would hate video editing. I sat with River when we did our first one, and it was cool to like give creative direction, but like, no, not necessarily a skill I want to dip into at any point in time. So we did one version where like this place is really messy. We did one where clothing rack was here. I am clothing rack. And I stood over here. And it was nice light, but I don't like how dark it is behind me, like right now. So we're going back to, this is my bra. This is also my bra. We're going back to shooting in here like we did the first video, where I am the tripod. And then we're shooting this way. So it's a little bit, still has nice light, but I just like that the cream of the wall is a little bit brighter. Like there's just not so much darkness and not so much depth behind me. I just liked it to be a little bit more simple and close. We have some pretty marks on the ground. So we are about to shoot my fall capsule video, which will be staged here. And I'll hopefully show all of the pieces, well, parts of the pieces I'm including, theme for it, what I thought about, what's included, kind of, wish list items, all that stuff.
So Allison is in the other room filming right now, and I just wanted to jump in here because obviously I'm behind all the cameras today. Allison is the primary subject. This has been such a labor of love for Allison. If any of you have ever watched our videos for any amount of time, know that she has been extremely uncomfortable on camera, which is why you don't see her quite a lot. I know she is a fan or subscriber favorite, especially with her wit and her humor. Undoubtedly one of the reasons why I married her, but this makes me so proud. Maintaining 3 channels on YouTube is not easy, but I wanted to make this a little behind the scenes video, a little bit to just shed some light on all of Allison's work. I think out of anything that we do, between her blog, now her new YouTube channel, this channel, or the Analytics Guy videos that I do, the Thoughtful Closet, is hands down the thing that we want to try the hardest at, that we are motivated to be the best we possibly can. So this is super exciting.
Just finished my video, so I forgot one thing, but I think I'll have it in my blog post instead and maybe touch on it later if it makes sense. But overall, yay! I forgot that I'm keeping track of how much I wear each item in my capsule physically. I've tried to do this in the past and I've always forgot because it's like been in an online spreadsheet. Basically, I do this because I want to see how often I actually wear a piece in my capsule, because I might include something and then not realize that I only wore it like 3 times in 3 months, which would be silly. So I might not want to include it or include pieces like that in my next capsule. So having it written down, having check marks, very helpful kind of to keep track of what you do wear and you don't wear. So once I'm done shooting, we basically take all the footage from the camera, put it on the computer, obviously backfile it, then bring it into lovely Premiere. And we start editing. As long as we've gotten all the like cutaway shots and everything that we need, that might be something that we regroup on next. But then the editing process will begin. It normally takes River about a couple hours to edit a video, if not slightly longer if graphics are involved, because that's difficult. But yeah, it normally takes about a couple hours. Then we find what music makes sense with it and everything and put it all together and export, and then up into the tubes of the U it goes. My vision for the Thoughtful Closet is just to continue to be a resource for minimal wardrobes and getting more creative with your closet, and I feel like YouTube is just another way to kind of extend that community and extend that message to a different group of people that might not be interested in reading the blog. I still want to keep producing the blog and producing content there because I really do enjoy it. I love photography and I enjoy the writing aspect of it. So I want to keep doing that, but I also want to extend this content to YouTube where others that consume more video obviously might be able to see it and benefit from it. I started the Thoughtful Closet really kind of to document my style journey and to document the capsules that I was creating, because it was basically a wardrobe experiment for me that I wanted to use to get more creative with what I had and to kind of curb my shopping habits. And I decided to share that because I thought it would be helpful for others who are potentially struggling with their shopping behaviors or trying to get a little bit more creative with their own clothes, with outfit ideas and things. So I just wanted to share what I was doing and going through with everyone else. And I think it's important that blogs like mine exist that show other ways of shopping and other means of consuming, because the shopping industry is a very, very damaging industry to the environment. A lot of workers that are in the industry at the supply chain level are abused and taken advantage of. And it's kind of an industry that's really based off of quick change, quick gratification, without thinking about the costs of that to others in the environment. So I think blogs and channels, YouTube channels and different things that exist like mine kind of show another way of consuming, show kind of some of the injustices that happen in the supply chain and some of the damages that it does cause to the environment, and shows another way of buying, whether that's purchasing items secondhand, creating your own pieces, buying from a designer that is socially conscious and sustainable from their raw materials to the full production cycle. There's so many different ways to shop for clothing that isn't as harmful as just going to Forever 21 and dropping $50 on 10 items. There are other alternatives to being a lot more thoughtful and a lot more conscious consumer. Thus, the Thoughtful Closet.
So that's going to do it for this one, guys. Hopefully you have enjoyed. We've been shooting a little bit behind the scenes here. We have a lot more work to do today. But we're really proud of Allison and everything that she has accomplished with the blog so far, and more to come.
More to come.
So down in the description and in the iCard in the corner, if you're on mobile, just tap that screen, hit that I. You will find a link to Allison's YouTube channel where you can go and look at all the awesome content that she's been producing. Please go over there, give it a subscribe, let us know what you think in the comment sections of those videos. We'd really appreciate it. That's kind of Allison's future. That's the future of her YouTube channel and kind of all the blog and things like that. Still going to keep up with the blog, so that link is in the description below, thethoughtfulcloset.com. But give this video a thumbs up if you liked it, and we will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.